would think after getting his chance to pull a train all by himself, Thomas's attitude would be somewhat changed. No. Never seeming to be satisfied, Thomas continues to complain about his status at Sodor.
I'm tired of pushing coaches. I want to see the world. The other engines didn't take much notice, for Thomas was a little engine with a long tongue.
So freaking egotistical. By the way, take note of Edward's face in that shot. Some nights later on, Edward spoke to Thomas. Feeling bad for him, he offered him to learn a new trade.
I've got some trucks to take home tomorrow. If you take them instead of me, I'll push coaches in the yard. Thank you, said Thomas. That will be nice.
That was a generous thing to do, although it is slightly contradictory that you looked annoyed in the last shot when Thomas was running his mouth off. I wonder if Edward did this just to shut Thomas up for the night. If so, Edward has hidden agendas. With permission being granted by their drivers the next day, Thomas eagerly went out to go find some trucks. Yeah, you smile now, Thomas. You haven't witnessed how bad trucks can be yet. And here we are again with our little boogers who are perhaps the most cheeky things on this railway. Notice their face designs haven't changed yet. It even looks like they have mouths now. Or maybe mustaches, I can't tell. Anyway, Thomas was once again told directions.
Edward knew all about trucks. He warned Thomas to be careful, but Thomas was too excited to listen.
Well, if the last set of events didn't go right because someone was too excited to listen, what are the odds this will go well? Aside from this, that shunting theme is sweet. Once fastened to the train, Thomas started moving. But the trucks didn't know they were going anywhere.
Oh, they screamed, "Wait, Thomas, wait!" But Thomas wouldn't wait. Come on, he puffed. All right, don't fuss, all right, don't fuss, grumbled the trucks.
That's about as cooperative as they get up to this point. And hey, who are those two rolling stock vehicles? I know we'll be seeing these two iconic coaches very shortly. I like that Annie and Clarabelle were put in that shot. The fact that Thomas goes right by them without even knowing they would become his own is rather coincidental and clever. Deciding to just enjoy himself taking his first freight train, Thomas casually speeds through various landmarks, like one being Henry's Tunnel. However, the further Thomas traveled, the more frustrated the trucks became, which is never a good thing.
Hurry, called Thomas. He was feeling very proud of himself.
What I can't believe is that the speed at which we passed by that station. I'm pretty sure he was clocking in at a pace much faster than what is permitted. When it came to what is now known as Gordon's Hill, Thomas had to take it a little easier. Although I think you would actually need to speed up in order to make it all the way. I am truly surprised how restrained these trucks have been so far. Most wouldn't make it this long being so quiet. As they reached the peak, Thomas's driver applied the brakes, which at long last set off the trucks.
No, answered the trucks, bumping into each other. Go on. Before the driver could stop them, they had pushed Thomas down the hill and were rattling and laughing behind him.
What always got me was how these little short stacks were able to have the force to push and hold engines back. Just like Thomas, there needs to be something operating them. Fearing things might get worse as he heads toward a station, Thomas closes his eyes.
What shall I do? He cried. They rattled straight through and swerved into the goods yard. Thomas shut his eyes. I must stop.
But what he didn't realize was that someone else had their eyes on him. Standing in front of him was Sir Topham Hatt, who had seen it all. Questioning what he was up to, Thomas explained to him how the whole situation had been arranged.
You've got a lot to learn about trucks then, little Thomas. After pushing them about here for a few weeks, you'll know almost as much about them as Edward. Then you'll be a really useful engine.
That was a close call in too many ways, and once again, Thomas is very lucky. Revisiting this episode is astonishing to me. Thomas is extremely fortunate for the last number of incidents that he has caused. After forgetting to pull his first train, he got a chance to redo it with no reprimanding. For this scenario, although the drivers had agreed earlier, it is really what Hatt says that goes. And he didn't even berate Thomas for not doing his original job. Adding to that, he could have caused a major accident, whether that be breaking down the hill or just flying through a random station. Although repetition isn't always the key, the formula of listening to directions being used twice in a row shows how important this skill is to have and master. We still haven't reached a full-blown accident yet, but we sure are getting there. And even though Sir Topham Hatt had all of about 1 minute worth of time here, the fact that he doesn't blast Thomas for practically creating a catastrophe shows that he is a man with an iron fist, but also a heart. The fact that he's making Thomas work in the yard with Edward's trucks is a blessing in disguise. And really, Thomas has to thank Edward for that, because if it wasn't for him, Thomas wouldn't have even gotten to that point. Again, the trucks in this episode are really discreet in their actions too. It takes a long time for them to get sneaky, but we will see that change shortly. As for production value, the scenery has a great variety. Even if most of it is what has already been shown, there are still some new camera tricks. The shot with the camera being Thomas's eyes is a very different view, and really puts the speed of the train into perspective. That's all I can say for this one. Next episode is Thomas and the Breakdown Train. Thanks for watching.